Good afternoon, everybody. I am Essam El-Fakahani. I am Associate Dean for Graduate Studies and Faculty Affairs at the University of Minnesota College of Pharmacy. Faculty, family, friends, students, and graduates, welcome to the celebration of the PhD and Master's class of 2020. This has always been a very special day for me. As well, I am confident for the graduates, the faculty, and staff. All the faculty participating remotely today in this event have worked closely with the graduating students through advising, teaching, as their directors of graduate programs. We thank them for their hard work and dedication and guidance. I would also like to acknowledge graduate program staff, family, and friends of our graduates for their support and encouragement. Now, I would like to invite our Dean Linda Wellage, to give some remarks. Dean Wellage.
I don't think that the dean is on quite yet. Is that correct?
Yes, she is connecting from the other ceremony. She'll be here momentarily.
Dean Wellage will be joining us momentarily. I believe the dean has joined us after she finished the other meeting. I would like to invite Dean Linda Wellage to join us and deliver some remarks to the graduates. Dean Wellage, please.
Thank you, Dr. El-Fakahani, and good afternoon, everyone. May I also welcome you to today's celebration, and I apologize by being a few moments late. While this is not the likely format for graduation you dreamed about a few years ago when you entered the college, it is in many ways the same. We can't replicate the usual pomp and circumstances while we're social distancing, but the reason we come together remains the same. Throughout life, no matter what else may be going on, it's important to remember to pause and celebrate accomplishments. It's so great to have all of you here to do just that. Graduates, I know each and every one of you has accomplished a lot, and I'm grateful that we could be together to recognize all you've achieved. Graduation marks the end of one journey and the beginning of a new journey as professionals and scientists. Your professional journey will be full of opportunities to make a difference, whether that is developing a drug to cure a disease, solving a critical healthcare problem, writing healthcare policy, teaching others the wonders of science and healthcare, or something entirely different. It's now up to you to go forward and shape the journey in order to make a difference in the world. Every one of us at the College of Pharmacy is so proud of you. We will continue to see you often and hope that you find time in your busy lives to give back to the college and the profession. I hope you will continually look for opportunities to learn and advance science and healthcare, and I wish you happiness in your personal and professional lives. At this time, I'd like to welcome the class faculty speaker and interim department head of the Department of Pharmaceutics, Dr. Ron Siegel.
Thank you, Dean Wellage. Dear graduating master's and PhD students, I'm honored to have been chosen to deliver the keynote address to this cohort of scholars. I'm sure that I speak for the rest of the faculty and your families and friends in conveying the pride that we have in all of you. You should be proud too, for you have accomplished something extraordinary. What do I mean by that? Well, first, you have demonstrated your ability to create and contribute new knowledge. By virtue of your thesis work, you now know more about your topic of research than anyone in the world. Hopefully, your thesis advisor is a close second in this respect. By publishing your work, you will disseminate this knowledge to the rest of the world. Although being the international expert on your topic may therefore be transitory, you now know how to conduct research that can put you at the cutting edge again and again. Beyond being the world's expert, think about what else you have done. You've completed a difficult course of study and learned all sorts of skills and techniques and new ways of thinking about how to ask questions and solve problems. This is the most important thing that we as faculty can give a student. Along the way, you may have alternated between having great confidence and doubts regarding your abilities, and also oscillated between periods of feeling that you were making rapid progress and periods of frustration, perhaps with your advisor at times. Regarding doubt and frustration, we all feel it from time to time. We hope that as your career unfolds, you will learn to master the ups and downs. Graduate study is not for those who choose the path of least resistance. In fact, some people might think graduate study is, quote, weird, unquote. Many, if not most of your friends at the university were content to take their bachelor's degrees and initiate their careers. Others may have decided to go on to professional schools with the aim of becoming doctors, lawyers, pharmacists, etc. Most people can easily understand these other paths, but I have found that graduate study is not necessarily the easiest thing to explain, especially if one focuses too sharply on one specific area of research. For example, a medicinal chemistry student might tell her parents or her friends back home that she is using computational techniques to optimize the structure of a drug in order to improve its binding efficiency to a receptor. Huh? A pharmaceutical student might say that he is measuring the effect of drug efflux pumps on uptake of anti-cancer drugs in the brain. What? An ECP student may say they're using pharmacometric modeling techniques to determine the optimum dosing patterns for drugs with chronodependent pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics as a function of patient age. Come again? Finally, a SAF student may explain that they are working to improve biomedical natural language processing and text mining. Oh, right. Of course, one can learn how to make less definite and more simplified assertions that the layperson can understand. A medchem student can say they're trying to make better drugs to treat a particular disease. The pharmaceutical student can say they're studying how effective drugs are when they are taken. The ECP student can say they are determining the best time of day for people to take their drug. Finally, the SAF student can say that they're studying drug taking behavior. Or any of them can say that they're in graduate school so that they can have a career in the drug industry teaching, or government. Even this, however, is not as easily grasped as saying you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, or a pharmacist. Another thing that one can say is that you went to graduate school to help improve drug therapy and drug safety. Almost every time I turn on the TV set, I see commercials for new drugs. Most of the commercials introduce the drug and say how it will help treat a particular disease. The commercials then proceed to show people happily going about their favorite activities, all the while quietly mentioning potential but rare side effects, who should not take the drug, and when one should consult with their doctor. The ubiquity of these commercials is such that I think most people can understand the importance of your graduate study in drug discovery and development. Of course, you may also find yourself having to defend the high cost of drug therapy. Regardless of your field of study, you've learned how to frame questions and answer them. This is one of the most valuable things that scientists can offer society. In these unusual times, society is very aware of the need for scientists to come up with new vaccines and drug therapies to treat COVID-19 patients. The urgency to find a way out of this pandemic has also, however, led to some magical thinking, and it has been our job, and it has been the job of our scientific leaders to portray the situation as it really is. Meanwhile, in the trenches, scientists are learning more and more about the virus's structure and how it attacks the human body. This information will be invaluable in developing vaccines and therapies. Scientists are also developing test kits so that epidemiologists can perform contact tracing. These tests are based on knowledge of the virus's genome, and the tests use techniques such as PCR that have been developed only over the past 30 years. Imagine where we would be without them. To conclude this address, I note that my hair is quite white, which entitles me to dole out advice. Here are a few items. Number one, stay curious. Scientific and technological advances do not come easily, and they require constant testing and recalibration of existing knowledge and the willingness to use one's curiosity to develop new knowledge. Number two, be patient. Again, scientific advances do not come easily. Be ready to challenge your own conclusions using proper controls, allowing you to consider and rule out alternative explanations of your results. Three, take leadership in your endeavors. This does not mean that everyone has to be a quote leader, unquote, but it does mean that one should approach one's tasks as if they're responsible for success. Number four, be ethical. Avoid the temptation to take shortcuts, which could lead to the wrong results, both in science and in life. And finally, be decent. Many, if not most of you, will take positions where you have people working under you. These people deserve more than anyone else your respect and politeness. Such people remember things that you say to them, even if you don't. Having doled out these miniature pearls of wisdom, I thank you for your attention. And now, please welcome the class student speaker, Kunlin Wang. Kunlin is graduating with a PhD in the pharmaceutics graduate program.
Thank you, Dr. Siegel. Good afternoon. Distinguished Dean Wallich, faculty, staff, distinguished guests, and my fellow graduates. It is my honor to have this opportunity to share my stories with you on this special day. First, I'd like to say congratulations to all the graduates here. Yes, we have made it this far. I cannot believe it's my 9th year at the University of Minnesota. My first freshman calculus lecture was just like a few days ago. For me, my pharmaceutics journey actually started when I joined Dr. Song's lab for undergraduate research when I was a junior majoring in chemistry. Since then, research has continued to intrigue me, together with the excellent people and program here at the College of Pharmacy. There are many moments in my journey as a graduate student that will be remembered for the rest of my life. I will remember the pure white world of snow when I walk out of Weaver Dunsford Hall after a long day of work in the typical Minnesota winter. I will not forget the beautiful summer sunset on campus at 8:30 p.m. I will also remember moments when I struggle for why my experiment results and my hypotheses do not agree. But meanwhile, the happiness when class finished well, the good time spent with friends, the fulfillment when seminar presentations went smoothly, and today, the graduation commencement, will all be cherished. Today's memorable celebration will nourish our future explorations. Now it is the time to celebrate. On this special day, we want to express our appreciation to our families, advisors, colleagues, and friends who have been supporting us as we come a long way to this point. We are also grateful for all the difficulties we encountered as graduate students, those that made us stronger. And yet, today is not the end. It is the start for the next chapter of life. No matter if you choose to be in industry or academia, whether you will be staying in the US or returning to your home country, we, golfers, are driven to discover. We shall carry on. The analytical skills and our love for exploration provided by the rich environment in the U of M, the graduate school, and the College of Pharmacy will help us shine in different fields of pharmaceutical research. Good luck to all of you. And again, congratulations. Thank you. And now, please welcome back Dr. Al-Fakahani.
I would like to thank Professor Ron Siegel and Conklin Wong for their wise remarks. Now I would like to invite the directors of our graduate programs to introduce their graduates. We're going to be starting with Professor John Schomer, Director of Graduate Studies in Social and Administrative Pharmacy. Dr. Schomer.
Thank you, Isam. I now call on Robert Alfred Bechtel. Robert is receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Social and Administrative Pharmacy. His advisor is Professor Kristen Yankee. The title of his thesis is Creating a Shared Stakeholder Understanding about how a pharmacy leadership program works, a theory-driven evaluation approach. He was the recipient of the prestigious Albert I. Wertheimer Leadership Fellowship. Congratulations, Bob. Well done. Would you like to take a few moments to tell us about your future plans?
Thank you, everyone. Yes, I'm hoping to, looking to stay in academia with my interest in curricular assessment, program evaluation, and the scholarship of teaching and learning. So thank you, everyone. I especially thank all the faculty and staff at the College of Pharmacy. I really appreciate my 4 to 5 years that I've spent here and working with some wonderful people. Dr. Kristen Yankee, thank you so much for your mentorship and advising and everything that you've been doing along this process. I really appreciate it. Dr. Schomer, thank you for your leadership and everything. And congratulations, everyone. Congratulations to all my fellow graduates.
Thank you, Bob. Congratulations again. We couldn't be prouder of you, and it is an honor to work with you. And now, please welcome the Director of Graduate Studies for the Experimental and Clinical Pharmacology Graduate Program, Dr. Angela Birnbaum.
Thanks, John. The Experimental and Clinical Pharmacology Graduate Program has 2 students walking this year. I now call on David James Margraf. David is receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Experimental and Clinical Pharmacology. His advisors are Professor Scott Chapman and Mark Kirstein. His thesis title is Quantitative Methods for Evidence Building in Clinical Pharmacology and Pharmaceutical Outcomes Research. Congratulations, David. Can you tell us a bit about your plans for the future?
Thank you, Dr. Birnbaum. I'm currently employed with the Center for Infectious Disease Research and Policy, and I will continue working there. We are studying a way to develop a resilient drug supply for the United States, and a lot of our research is focused on making sure that patients now have adequate access to medications during this pandemic. And thank you. I appreciate all the kind words here, and congratulations to the other graduates.
Thanks, Dave. I now call on Abhishek G. Saith. Abby is receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Experimental and Clinical Pharmacology. His advisors are Professor Lisa Coles and Angela Birnbaum. His thesis title is Clinical Pharmacology of CNS Acting Drugs status epilepticus, and Parkinson's disease. He was a recipient of the James C. Cloyd Neuropharmacology Fellowships and Olstein's Graduate Fellowships. Congratulations, Abby. Can you share with us your future plans?
Sure. Thank you so much, Dr. Birnbaum. I would just like to say that 4 years ago, when I quit a great job and decided to go back to school, things looked uncertain. But being here today, celebrating the commencement of an amazing journey, it is exactly what I had hoped for. And I will be joining Gilead Sciences as a clinical pharmacologist following my defense later this summer. And I'm so thankful to everybody in my lab, including my advisors and the department, the School of Pharmacy, and my family and my friends who have supported me and who have made me capable throughout this journey for being here. Thank you so much and congratulations, everyone.
Thank you. And now please welcome the Director of Graduate Studies for the Medicinal Chemistry Graduate Program, Dr. Barry Finzel.
Thank you, Angela. Today we'll be honoring 4 students completing graduate studies in medicinal chemistry, 3 with PhDs and 1 with a master's degree. I would now like to recognize Jenna A. Fernandez. Jenna is receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Medicinal Chemistry. She was the recipient of 2 years of support under the NIH Chemical Biology Training Grant and is the recipient of a College of Pharmacy Bigley Graduate Fellowship. Her advisor is Professor Natalia Trechakova. Her thesis title is Epigenetic Mechanisms in Lung Cancer Development. Congratulations, Jenna. Jenna has indicated that she plans to seek a position in academia. I now call on Jaewei Jang. Jaewei is receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Medicinal Chemistry under the direction of his advisor, Professor Gunda Georg. His thesis is in 2 parts. Part 1, design and synthesis of BRDT selective inhibitors as male contraceptive agents. And Part 2, focused library synthesis for TGR5 antagonists. Jaewei plans to find a postdoctoral position so that he can further his training and become better prepared for a career in academia. Congratulations, Jaewei. Well done. I now recognize Ozgun Kulik. Ozgun is receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Medicinal Chemistry. Her advisor is Professor Karsten Wagner. Her thesis title is Targeting EGFR Family Receptors with CSANs Utilizing Alternative Protein Scaffolds. Ozgun has already secured a position as a staff scientist at Intellia Therapeutics in Massachusetts, where she has been working for the past 2 months. Congratulations, Ozgun. I now recognize Jenna Rose Tomford. Jenna is receiving a Master of Science in Medicinal Chemistry under the direction of Professor Natalia Trechakova. Her thesis title is DNA Protein Crosslinks, Formation in Cells and Tissues, and Inhibition of DNA Replication. Congratulations, Jenna. Well done. Jenna will be seeking a position in industry focusing on biochemical assays and mass spectrometry. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank and congratulate all of the MedChem graduates this year. And I would please like you to welcome the Director of Graduate Studies for the Pharmaceutics Graduate Program, Dr. Calvin Sun.
Thank you, Barry. The pharmaceutical program this year has 8 graduates, and I will introduce them in turn. And first, I call on Hongbo Chen. Hongbo is receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmaceutics. His advisor is Professor Calvin Sun. It's me. His thesis title is Improve the Manufacturability and the Dissolution Performance of Drugs through Spherical Crystallization. Hongbo was a recipient of the Olstein's Graduate Fellowship and the David J.W. Grant and the Meridian J. Grant Fellowship. Congratulations, Hongbo. Do you want to share with us your future plan?
Thank you, Dr. Thank you, Dr. Song. Firstly, I think I still need to spend some time in the lab to finish all the projects that has been left behind and also prepare for my thesis defense. After graduation, I will join in a pharmaceutical company and continue to work in the area of drug product development. I'm grateful to have the wonderful 5 years studying here at U of M. Thank you all and congratulations.
Thank you, Hongbo. Well done. I now call on Fang Yi Dong. Fang Yi is receiving a Master of Science in Pharmaceutics. His advisors are Professors James Peniel and Timothy Wiedemann. His thesis title is Acidic pH-sensitive manganese-doped silica nanoparticles enable TLR7 agonist delivery to dendritic cell. Congratulations, Fang Yi. Do you want to share with us your future plan?
Thank you for the introduction, Dr. Sun. So I'm planning to step into the biopharmaceutical analytics or consulting in the future. Thanks everyone in the pharmaceutical department, and thanks for giving me a very wonderful experience in these 2 years. Hope we can keep in touch in the future, and also want to congratulate to every graduates this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Fang Yi. Job well done. I now call on Zheng Xuan Liang. Zheng Xuan is receiving a Master of Science in Pharmaceutics. Her advisor is Professor Kelvin Song. Her thesis title is Two loratadine oxalic acid crystals with enhanced dissolution rate. Congratulations, Zheng Xuan. Do you want to share with us your future plan?
Thank you, Dr. Sun. I'm going to Rutgers University for PhD studies this fall, and congratulations to all the graduates. Thank you.
Thank you, Zheng Xuan. Job well done. I now call on Anqi Lu. Anqi is receiving a Master of Science in Pharmaceutics. Her advisors are Professors James Peniel and Timothy Wiedemann. Her thesis title is Factor Analysis of Drug Loading of Nanoparticles using Flash Nanoprecipitation. Congratulations, Anqi. Do you want to share with us your future plan too?
Thank you, Dr. Sun. So I will be joining University of Texas at Austin for PhD study. And I'd like to thank all the faculty and staff, and I wish all of you stay healthy and best luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Anqi. It was a pleasure to have you here, and good luck with your future endeavors. I now call on Rishali Sudesh Saliam. Rishali is receiving a Master of Science in Pharmaceutics. Her advisor is Professor Karunia Kanimala. Her thesis title is Evaluation of Cerebrovascular Inflammation Triggered by Alzheimer's Disease Amyloid Beta Proteins using molecular imaging methods. Congratulations, Rishali. Do you want to share with us your future plan?
Thank you, Dr. Sun. I would like to share with everyone that I will be continuing my research in the Kandamala lab as a PhD student starting this fall. And I'd like to thank the College of Pharmacy for organizing this for all of our fellow graduate students. And I would also like to congratulate all the other fellow graduate students for their achievement.
Thank you, Vishali. We look forward to working with you for a few more years with us. I now call on Drishti Navin Sego. Drishti is receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmaceutics. Her advisor is Professor James Peniel. Her thesis title is Glyco-Engineered Antibody for Drug Delivery Applications. Congratulations, Drishti. Do you want to share with us your future plan too?
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Katie James. I'm the graduate program coordinator in pharmaceutics. Drishti had sent me a message earlier that she was experiencing some network difficulties, so I'm going to share on her behalf.
No, I am currently working as a postdoc, and after that.
So she said Drishti wants to pursue.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh.
Yes, it was not very clear, Drishti. You can try again.
You want to try again, Drishti?
If not,
okay, can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Please.
Okay, great. Thank you. Sorry, I'm having troubles, but my audio is working now. So I'm currently working as after I defended in December, I'm currently working as a postdoc in Temple University. And after that, I would like to pursue my career as a scientist in the industry. And I would like to thank everybody for the wonderful 5 years and all the experiences that I've gained throughout my PhD. And congratulations to everybody who's graduating today. Thank you. And sorry for the trouble.
Thank you, Juicy, and congratulations. I now call on Sichen Song. Sichen is receiving a Master of Science in Pharmaceutics. His advisor is Professor Ronald Siegel. His thesis title is Experiments and Analysis of Gel Debonding from a Rigid Substrate. Congratulations, Sichen. Do you want to share with us your future plan?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. San. And I plan to pursue a PhD study in the same program. So I would like to say thank you to all the members in the pharmaceutics department at College of Pharmacy for the help in the past 2 years. And I will say congratulations to all the fellow graduates this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. We look forward to working with you again for the next few years. I now call on Quinlin Wang. Quinlin is receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmaceutics. Her advisor is Professor Kelvin Sun, and her thesis title is Enabling Tablet Development of Celecoxib through Solid-State Engineering. And he was a recipient of the Edward G. Rippey Fellowship and the David J.W. Grant and Meriden J. Grant Fellowship. Congratulations, Quinlin. I know you said a lot as a representative of the class. And do you have more to share with us regarding your future plan?
Thank you, Dr. San. For my future plans, I will be going back to China. I haven't decided on my options, but I will be joining the pharmaceutical industry working on formulations. And I would like to say thank you again to all the faculty and staff and my friends at College of Pharmacy. Thank you for giving me a really good memory here. Thanks. Congratulations.
Thank you, Quinlin. There are vast opportunities in China. I wish you the best of luck in there. Then I want to congratulate everyone, all the graduates, for their wonderful achievement, and we'll miss you. And now, please welcome Dr. Isam El-Fakahani.
What an amazing group of graduates we have this year. It's very impressive. We are honored to have been connected with you, and we wish you the best in your future. I would like to thank the directors of graduate studies and faculty for advising and mentoring today's graduates. I would also like to acknowledge graduate program coordinators for providing graduate students with a safe and caring environment. To name them, Val Crimmon, Susan Wilford, Caitlin Bowley, and Katie James. Finally, I would be amiss if I do not acknowledge the invaluable role that Carla Egan has played in coordinating graduate education endeavors in the college and in planning today's joyous event. Our graduates, congratulations and best wishes for an amazing future. This concludes our program. Thank you.